Okay, ladies. So this phone call, if you guys want to take a pen and paper to take some notes, would be great. Basically, it's going to be at one point of our lives, we went for a job interview, right? And we were asked questions for this job. And so the point of this call is that I think it was like 2 weeks ago, Yami called me and she's like, Sam, so Yami is one of our market partners. So a sideline or downline, upline, she's with one of us. She called and she's like, Sam, let's do a potential call. I have a client who's interested in the business, but I need a little bit of help. And I was like, okay, sure. She's like, the only thing is it's in Spanish. I'm like, Yami, you're going to take over because my Spanish is not that great. So I'll just, support you in the background. You go ahead and take the lead and let's go from there. So after this phone call, when it ended, I told Yami, I was like, Yami, if I was that girl, I would rejoin this business all over again. And I feel like what just happened needs to be shared as in another way to recruit a market partner. If whatever that you're doing is not working now, maybe this strategy, how Yamil and I did it, would maybe function for you guys. Because after that call, the girl's ready to join. She has some social security issues. That's the only thing that's holding her back, but she is desperate to join the business and go from there. So this is Yami. I'm gonna pass it over to you guys and let me know when you want me to talk, but take the lead, Yami.
Oh my gosh. Hi everyone, my name is Emil. For those of you who don't know me, this is the first time that I've been on camera in the team, so if I'm a little nervous, it's my first call. So Sam and I are going to do like a role play, something real fun, like you said, of a 3-way phone call that we did last week or 2 weeks ago. So, so you guys can get some tricks, some tips that you can say on your potential calls. And obviously, with your own personal words, you can switch it to your own style and touch. So this is something that from that moment, since Sam gave me such a hype, I've been saying this on every single one of my potential calls, and I just wanted to share with you all. So by the way, before we dive into this, I would like to say a few things that I think that I always remind myself before every single potential call, and maybe something that you guys want to keep in mind now that I'm going to mention it, or maybe you already do. So the first thing that I want to say is that you have to show that you care. You have to not see them as another MP that you need to rank up this month. Don't see them as another sale. Show interest. Show what they say that you care. What they say and what they want, their why. That's crucial, because guess what? You're gonna lock the sale with that. You're basically gonna use that to lock the sale. So you have to actually ask them. You have to be interested in what they're saying. So you have to present that in your closing sale. So for example, if Sam said that she wants to earn $500 a month because, she's tied with bills and she wants to, she needs some work done on her car or whatnot, you want to buy your dream house, you want to pay your credit card, whatever they say, you have to insert that on your closing sale. I keep saying that, but just want you guys to remember that, because that's very important. And also show them that they are unique, that they're special, and that they're valuable to you. Treat them as your best friend that you haven't talked to in 5 months since the quarantine started, and you want to see how they're doing, how you holding up. Same way. That's the way I see it. Ask them whatever they say. Oh, how long have you done that? What got you interested in that? Anything that you can actually keep the conversation going, just answer with a question. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, not a lot of people might agree with this, but this is actually my personal opinion. You have to use the correct amount of excitement. Like, I don't know, Sam, if you noticed, but when we did the phone call, I kept my tone of voice the same. Even when at the end, the potential that we were talking about, her name is Jessica, when she said like, oh yeah, I'm in, I really want to do this, I said, okay, let's do it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, let's do it. Because to me, I know we've heard this a million times, like sell the way you want to be sold. I don't want someone to show me the business that way because I'm going to feel shady. I'm going to feel skeptical. And that's just my personal opinion. But I feel like you don't have to be too hyped in order for you to explain the business. And yeah, just tell them what the business has done for you, you know, share your experience. And if I look this way, it's because I took notes and I want to make sure I don't forget anything. And no, you know, I know we've heard this a million times, but people actually buy you. People don't buy Monet. People don't buy the shampoo. People buy what it did for your hair. People buy what you tell them it has done for your financials. You know, like if you go to a store, let's say you need a hole in your house because you want to put up a curtain or something, or a picture or frame, whatever, and you go to Home Depot and you ask to sell that you need a drill to make this hole, you're actually going to buy the hole. You're not buying for the drill. You're buying for your end result. So that's something that you have to keep in mind, that they're going to buy you whatever you say has done for you. So maybe if you're someone who hype up the products too much, oh my God, we're the fastest hair growing company in the world, that means nothing to people. You have to show them what it has done for you financially, or for your hair, or whatever the case may be. And then I also want to say that you're here to educate and to invite. Don't take anything personal. And I know you probably know this, but don't take anything personal. It's not about you. It's about them. Like I said at the beginning, it's about what they need. If I just had a conversation with a potential at 6, and she was super rude to me. She was like, no, I haven't, because I sent her an opportunity video that we have in our Facebook group. She's a hairstylist. So, you know, I sent her the video, and she obviously had a really rough day today. And she even told me, I called her in the morning, sent her the video, and she's like, yeah, you can call me back at 6 and we'll talk about it. I'll have watched it by then. But she didn't, because she was super busy, and she was super rude to me. Obviously, I don't know her. And she told me, I haven't watched it, you know, in a really kind of like tone. And I didn't take that personal. You can't take anything personal. You have to have tough skin, right? You have to not think it's about you, because it's not. So yeah, Sam, let's dive into this. I just wanted to say that because I always remember that at the beginning of every single call, and I just wanted to share that with you. So we're gonna do, like I said at the beginning, we're gonna do a role play. So we're gonna use Jessica, who was my potential. So I'm gonna play Jessica, and I'm gonna play Jamil, and Sam is gonna be my upline, my mentor. So this is a 3-way call, right, that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start by saying, hi Jessica, how are you? I'm doing well, Emil. Oh yeah, that's great. Super nice to hear that you're doing well and you're healthy. So Jessica, I have Sam here with me on the phone. She's my mentor. We call her upline. She's actually the person who introduced me to the business that we're going to talk about today. She's super successful in the business. Without having thousands of followers, she has been able to create a stream of income from her comfort of her home, which allows her to be with her daughter, which is what she wants. And she doesn't have to request overtime at her job. She has that stream of income that she can have every month. She's one of the persons who trains us in this business. When you come in this business, she's one of the persons who's in the Zoom calls with us, and she shows us the way, right? So what do I did there? I edify Sam, right? I create a connection between Jessica, who's on the phone, and Sam, because they don't know each other. I know Sam and I know Jessica, so I have to make that connection between them too. So then I do the same thing with Sam, because Sam doesn't know Jessica. So I'm gonna say, oh, and Sam, I have Jessica here. In the short time that I've known her, I've seen that she's someone who wants more of life. She's someone who wants to fight for her dreams. She wanted to have an additional source of income, and that's why I mentioned her the business to her that we're going to explain to you today, Jessica, and how we get paid and about the products. Oh, hi, nice to meet you, Sam. Oh, nice to meet you, Jessica. Okay, before we begin, this is me now, Emil. Before we dive into this, I want to talk to you about, I want to ask you a few questions to get to know you better and better understand who you are, you know, and what we're all about. Give me a little rundown of what exactly are you doing, you know? And then if I feel like you're not the right fit for this business, you know, I'll definitely show you the way and I put you in the right direction. And if I feel that you are the right fit, I'll definitely show you what we got to offer. Sounds cool? Yeah, sounds great. Okay. What did I did here? I'm actually qualifying my prospect. What Sam said, she's gonna feel like this is an interview. She's gonna be like, what the hell is Emil talking about? I want to know what she's talking about. You know, you're creating that interest in her. You're planting those seeds. She's gonna be like, I never knew this was an interview. So then I go ahead and I ask her, these are the questions that I always ask on the potential calls. The first question I ask her, how much time do you have available to do the business? You know, if she says, I'm free right now, you know, because of COVID, I'm doing the Netflix thing. No, like dig deep, you know, like ask her. But if I were to ask you, you know, in the 24 hours, how much time can you dedicate to this business? 3, 4, 8 hours? Usually when I ask them with a number, they're going to answer me with a number. And then you have that number that you can actually write down, okay, Jessica has 5 hours to do the business. You know, every time that they give you a surface answer, you have to dig deep by asking more questions. Obviously, you're not going to be pushy. You're not going to be like putting them against the wall. You have to know, you know, how to ask those questions. Then the second question that I asked her, I asked her, how much money do you want to make in this business? You know, what is your desired goal? You know, do you want to make $100 extra a month, $1,000, $2,000? Like, what does Jessica want? And I ask her just like that, because I am going to connect with that energy. I'm going to connect with that desire that you have, and we're going to match that energy, and I'm going to guide you. I'm going to train you for you to achieve that goal. Because guess what? I'm going to be now Jessica's mentor. Okay, this is what this business is all about. And then the third question that I ask her is, are you willing to show up for the team calls? You know, we usually have calls every Wednesday night, every Monday night, whatever the case is. Obviously, every time that I ask those questions, I wait for her to answer. In the case of the team calls, she's like, yeah, of course, yeah, I have all the time right now. Okay, great. Thank you, Jessica, for telling me all that and sharing a little bit more about you. And then I share my experience. That's the next step. And then I say, well, Jessica, my experience with the business has been, and I say my experience. I started this business because I loved my hair transformation, because I needed extra money for my wedding, because of COVID, whatever the case is, you share your particular experience or make something up. You know, something that has done for you. You know, if you can't really remember or you don't have something yet, you can, you know, say something that you've seen that has done for other people. And then, you know, and the rest is history. Like, I've seen success in this business and I've made more money. This is my personal experience. I've made more money than what I make working my full-time job, which pays me twice a month. I actually get paid 5 times with this business. We get paid 5 times a month, and you earn what you work. So that's the beauty of this business, Jessica. You don't have to have all the time in the world. You don't have to have, if you don't have all the time in the world, if you have a full-time job, this business molds to your needs. You know, you don't have to have $1,000. I don't know. I think this is something I said on the call, Sam. I think I told her that, I don't know if you ever started a business, but to start your business, and I know most of you here have shared your experience. If you are a business owner or have been in the past, you know that it's really expensive to create your own website. And it's like thousands of dollars to create like a decent website. And I told her that that's the beauty of this business. Like when you come in this business, you have your website. We train you. You don't have to be a salesperson. So every single objection that I think she might have, I bring it on after I say my experience. I bring it on that part right there. So then she doesn't have that bug, you know, like, I don't know if you ever seen, like if you're driving and a bug hits the windshield of your car and you're driving, you're only going to see that bug, right? Even though you're driving, you might lose a little bit of sight of what is in front of you because you're just seeing that bug. That's exactly what an objection is. It's a bug in the windshield. You have to take that bug out and then continue with the conversation. Every bug that I think she might have, any objection, I bring it in. I say, hey, Jessica, with this business, you don't have to have time. You don't have to have money because guess what? The investment, like we have heard before, you don't say the cost, you don't say what you're going to pay. You say the investment that you're going to do is as low as $199, if you want to say that, whatever you want to say. You don't have to have thousands of dollars to start your own business. You are trained. You don't have to be a salesperson. We have thousands of resources. And then if you want, you can go ahead and say that we have different Facebook groups and we have team calls every week that we get trained, and we have a beautiful community to support each other, and we're all here to help each other. And yeah, that's all that I say. And I don't know, Sam, if you want to say something. After that, I told Sam, if you want to share your experience, and then she shared her experience.
So then what I did was, obviously I shared my experience. I'm not going to share here. You guys pretty much know my experience. And then I remember some of the things she said. So one of the things she said, I want to make $2,000 a month. And I said, hey, Jessica, there's something that stood out to me. And you said you wanted to make $2,000 a month. And I'm here to share that back in the days, 11 months ago, I asked for the same thing. And I can honestly look back and I can say $8,000 a month is a lot. And she's like, what? Yeah, they go. And I told her in Spanish because the call was in Spanish. I was like, yeah, I can tell you my last check. And obviously we all know our rank, so we know how much we make. I was like, my last check was $8,000, and that was just a month. And she's like, no way, are you serious? I'm like, yes. So when you said 2,000, that stuck out to me because 2,000 back in the days, yes, that was a lot. So the fact that you're in it for something that's high, guess what? You can actually make more. So what I'm doing is with her answers, I'm now putting it with my experience, showing her that, hey, you do this, you can get there. Why? Because I was there. So I put myself in her shoes and I offer her what she can do or make because of my journey. What else did we talk? Then after I said that, something else that stuck was, she said, how often do we get paid? So Yamil took over because we were just answering back and forth. There wasn't just Sam answer everything or Yamil answer everything. And then Yamil, you explained something. What I want to get to is she started asking more questions about the business. And what Yamil said, do you remember what I'm talking about? So I don't say it because I like you said it. Go ahead, say it.
So she was like, yeah, so how do we get paid? And right, how do we get paid? That's what she asked, right?
Yeah.
And then I told her, so Jessica, that's the beauty of this business. Like what I want to do today, I want to show you I want to share with you about the business and what it has done for me. But when you come into the business, when you sign up in the business, and I always say that, I don't know if you guys noticed, so they can have a visualization in their head. You want to like plant that seed that basically they're already in the business. I always say when you come into the business, there's going to be 2 videos that I'm going to send you. Or I'm personally going to sit down with you for 40 minutes to 1 hour, and I'm going to explain to you our program, which is called Smart Start, which is the way that the company rewards us to make the most money at the beginning of the first 3 months when you join the company. And then I'm going to do another call with you, which is going to be to talk about the compensation plan. Because guess what, Jessica? We have 10 ways to make money in this business. And then if I sit here and explain to you right now, this call is going to be like 3 hours. And then she was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. That's amazing. So you always want to leave your prospect, your potential with like curiosity at the end of the call, because then guess what? You have nothing. you literally sat there for 20 minutes for nothing, because at the end you said everything. You have to want them to keep knowing more. And yeah, that's what I said. And then she's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get my social security, and I can't wait to join. And that's what you want. You want someone who is hungry. You want someone that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna who's hungry, and that's gonna be like me, because we want to build, like I want to build my team with people like me, people who are hungry, because guess what? That's going to be more coachable. That's going to be like super, super easy to be successful. But, and that's why I ask her all those 3 questions, because I want to see, first of all, how much time does she have? Is she coachable? Is she going to be willing to show up to the Zoom calls? I want to know her goal. I want to know her why financially. And then from there, every time that I see that she's slacking, or every time that I see like she's not doing anything, I can go back to that conversation and actually bring up her why. You remember why you started this business. Is that still important to you? Are you willing to quit on that? You know, if it's like, for example, I'm gonna put you, Sam, as an example. I know that your why is your daughter. Like, are you willing to quit on your daughter? You know, like you put that, and they're gonna keep moving. I mean, they're gonna be like, I'm not going to determine something that I think I can do because of my fears. You know, I need to overcome that. And that's why we're here, to help them get rid of all those limited beliefs that they have about themselves. And yeah, I don't know if anybody has questions. If you want to say anything else, Sam.
No, then after that was follow-up, if you wanted to touch base on follow-up, and then leave room for anyone if they have any questions. But we can leave the questions last, because then I can pause it after that, the recording. Do you want to touch base on follow-up?
So with the follow-up, I give myself a 3-week frame for follow-up. I always follow up twice a week for 3 weeks. If after that, they're not really, they basically ghost me, then I'm not going to continue to waste my time. I give myself 3 weeks to do that, because guess what? I could be spending that time on another Jessica that actually might be interested, you know? So yeah, for the follow-up, I just give them a call and see, and talk about the business. Are you still interested? Is there anything that I can answer for you that wasn't clear? And I dig in a little bit more about their why and why they want to do this business, because it's all about convincing, and it's all about, is that really important to you? Are you still want to do that, or you still want to be in the same place 2 years from now because you decided that, you know, it wasn't important at the moment? And this, how I'm talking right now, is exactly how I talk to everybody. Sam knows this. Like, that's exactly how I tell people. I'm super straight and forward, and I think that's how I want to be, because I want people like this in my team, and because it's just easier to communicate and to work with each other and to support each other, and that's it.
And then the last thing that I did want to share: never underestimate like anyone. Never say, oh, this person's not going to want to do it, because right here is a prime example. Yami was my VIP, and I never in a million years, we worked together, never in a million years I ever thought Yami will want to work the business. And it was Yami that came up to me and she said, Sam, talk to me about the income. Like, what can I do, or whatever. She started asking me questions, but in the back of my head, I was like, oh, she's not interested. She just wants the product. So she is a prime example that even your own VIPs, check in with them, ask them questions. Do you like it? You know, don't even talk about the business, but say something that's business related, because that will spark something in them to ask you questions. Because prime example, Yami was a VIP. I'm pretty much done. I love this entire whole conversation. So if you guys feel that the potential recording isn't probably working for you, and you have that one particular person, contact another one. So like Yami did, she reached out to me and we did a 3-way. You guys can contact another upline or a sideline, use each other to do calls like this and to organize this conversation. You want to say something?
Yeah, I feel like having a 3-way call is the most successful way to close a sale, to me. Personally, I've done the link, I've sent the video, and when you have someone sharing their experience, and then, like I said at the beginning,
Sorry, I just muted somebody.
That's fine. If you, at the beginning, that's why I said you have to edify that connection because now you're gonna have Sam having that connection with Jessica, and the call is gonna be like, she's gonna be like, if she knows Sam or if Jessica knows Samantha, and she's gonna relate to what she said that has done for her. Like what Jessica said, oh my God, you made $8,000 last month. Like I think that was what sold her, Sam. Honestly, it wasn't even me. So
No.
because I made that connection between them too, she felt like related to Sam. So having three-way calls, use each other. If anybody wants to do a call with me, I can give you my phone number. I'm more than happy to do this with anybody. And honestly, this is the way. Like three-way calls is what I love to do to close any sale. It's what works for me. If anybody is really strong, yeah, and in Spanish too. If anybody is really strong, close to their own self, keep doing what you're doing. If it's working for you, keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, but we're a team and we're here to help each other, you know?
Yeah. Is that so that's pretty much it for us. Thank you all for watching. But does anyone have any questions that maybe we can target when it comes to recruiting a market partner? I think I gotta give you guys permission to unmute. All right, anyone before we end the call?